What's going on, guys? I'm back with another video, and today I'm back to let you know that if you guys remember, I was talking about USDT dominance. As I always mention USDT dominance because Bitcoin moves, it is exactly the opposite mirror of Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, anytime it goes higher in price, we see USDT dominance goes lower because Bitcoin obviously needs money to get pumped, right? I'm going to talk about bullish and bearish scenarios for Bitcoin. But before that, make sure to like and subscribe if you appreciate this kind of content and hit the notification button. Make sure to give the video a thumbs up for sure, which that helps me to push this video to more people. I really appreciate you guys. All right, so I want you guys to watch this short part of my last video, last update that I had around about USDT and how we have got to this resistance for USDT dominance because we had all these rejections a lot of times, actually third time in here, a lot of times before, and I was expecting to get rejected around this area and start going lower. And if you guys watch this, just watch this short part, please. USDT dominance. I'm gonna show you that why we are seeing Bitcoin having a little bit of support because of this level. If you guys remember, I said drop base drop. When we have this kind of movement, when we have this sideways, it can work for drop base drop. If we go back to that level, that work as a resistance. And the same thing, the opposite of it would be rally. Okay, so I'm going to continue just explaining more about what I was saying. So USDT dominance, in my last video, it was around this area. And I said that there is a huge possibility that we get rejected. I'm going to move this green so it doesn't get mixed up. But as I said, we had this drop base drop. And usually when the price goes back to it, if it's not able to break it strongly, and if it just goes sideways and get rejected, as we see that happen for USDT, we saw Bitcoin started pumping again. And I said that there is a huge possibility that if we get a rejection, Bitcoin is going to drop. Bitcoin is going to pump again. And this is exactly what's happening right now. We have seen that we see that this base rally for Bitcoin, this area is a huge support for Bitcoin, which has pulled the price higher every time it had touched it, although it went even lower. But this area has been a really great support, which you guys see that the opposite of it where USDT is working. If you just do this mirror exactly just upside down, that will be the exact movement, very similar for Bitcoin, and it's happening for opposite of it happening for USDT. So every time USDT goes down, Bitcoin goes up. So you guys can clearly follow it. So that's why I have this USDT dominance chart as my huge indicator that we can basically get a better hint of where Bitcoin and where the money could flow, which USDT can pour into Bitcoin and altcoins and can pump the price. And if it gets bullish for USDT, which it will raise in value, not the value, the market cap and the dominance of the market, and it will drop Bitcoin and altcoins for sure. Okay. So as I said, and since we have been touching this cloud for Ichimoku cloud, I said there is a huge possibility that we get another pump, but I am still waiting for this $43,000 to be filled. This Ichimoku cloud, this red cloud that has not been touched. Let me give you scenario for Bitcoin. Okay, so as I said, it's still USDT. A lot of people did not want to listen to this area when I said that we are getting support last time. Before that, I had this line on top of this area right here. Okay, I'm repeating this for new viewers, but I'm going to add some to it. So you guys see that we had this base rally, right? And then we came back on top of it and touched it and went higher. Okay, but I had this line long time ago before we actually breaking below and going to closer to this line, and I said that if it does not hold, which it didn't, it went lower. But this is a better support for USDT dominance, and we saw that Bitcoin started crashing from almost $73,000 to $74,000, and it has not been able to go back. But there is a huge possibility. Still, I'm saying if Bitcoin gets another pump, it could go back down to even retouch this of 3.71% because we have the lowest point, and that's why I have this red line in here. So that means if it goes back down, Bitcoin is going to probably even make a new all-time high, and that would push the price higher, obviously, and USDT will lose in dominance. But it does not have to happen every time the same as this area. It could just get a huge support once, and it can same as almost around here. So you guys see that maybe this is not a perfect example, but it can get support and then go just a little bit of pullback and then start going higher. So if we can still see the same thing in here, and if it starts going higher, it's not going to be good for Bitcoin. Bitcoin has its $58,000 that I think there's a lot of liquidity is still around $58,000, 57 and $58,000. That's why I have this line where we had this shadow for. Let me zoom in a little bit. You guys see that we had this closed candle, daily candle, and usually when Bitcoin retouches from the top, it could get a good support. But I'm still warning you, although a lot of people think that they are so hyped because of ETF, but you guys see that having happened and nothing really that significant has happened to Bitcoin. And you guys see that a lot of these influencers were just pumping their bags. They were just talking about Bitcoin is about to get to 100,000 or 80,000, whatever. All those prices, you guys see that this area is very similar to this area, but we saw that everything started crashing. So I'm going to give you some scenarios in here. So there is a huge possibility that we start going down after we retouch it. Let's just say Bitcoin is going to go make a new all-time high to almost 75 or even $78,000, $77,000. It can still go back down and retouch this $51,000, $51,000, which it has to hold, guys. If it does break below, and if it does not hold it, it could actually get a rebalance, but I am still expecting a little bit the rejection eventually from top, because all these prices that you guys, all these closed candles are gonna act as resistance level, but we still need, it's too early to call it. Just prediction is very hard for, especially for crypto market. But as I said, I am still seeing a lot of support for Bitcoin, and I mean USDT dominance, and you guys see that it is clearly showing that support. So the best case scenario for Bitcoin could be that USDT could lose dominance, go back down to 3.71%, which is the lowest point for this support, which it doesn't still have to. It can get support a little bit of going sideways and start going higher, and it will crash the price. And you guys see that Bitcoin is getting to the level that is, we have a lot of resistance on $68,000. But you guys saw that this closed candles, once we started touching it from below, I'm going to make this line, okay? You guys can see it, that this closed candle, right? And we started going higher, but it couldn't hold it, and we dropped very hard, and we touched it from below. Even we had this pullback, this red candle did not quite touch it, right? I'm going to make it bigger. So you guys see that after we had this red candle, although this shadow went higher, it did not still touch the body and got rejected, and it went lower. Now, today, we actually touched it from the bottom. You guys see that. And once we touched it, the new candle, daily candle, started going lower. But we could still get support around this areas, around this closed candle, which is almost $65,000. And you guys can clearly see that base drop, and Bitcoin retouch that liquidity area and grab that liquidity and start going lower. And we should not really ignore this, that we are having this ascending triangle, and this ascending triangle usually most of the time breaks below. So we are retouching it from bottom, and almost if it breaks below and if it does not hold it, we're going to probably retest this line from the bottom and start going lower. Okay, so there is a huge possibility that if that happens, we could see USDT getting support and start going to retouch this area. And if it breaks this time, we're gonna have higher percentage for USDT, and it will crash the market really bad. But still, there's a possibility, as I said, if USDT goes back down to retouch this area, Bitcoin could go sideways and go even make a new all-time high. and that would start pumping even altcoins as well. It will pump the altcoins as well because you guys see that we went from 92%, 92 greed down to even 60. Now we are back to 65. But you guys can see that how trend can flip just like this. So this is the warning I'm giving you. None of these are financial advice. Do your own research, but do not trade based on what I'm saying. But this is what I'm seeing from the market. And as an industrial engineer who does data analysis, who does chart analysis, and we do this for living. I do this for a living, so I pay attention to everything, and I just do not just married to my coin and I say, yeah, Bitcoin to the moon. Yeah, it's going to go eventually to the moon, but are we going to be able to handle these drops on the way? Okay, so for now, this is my another warning for you guys that USDT, if it doesn't, I mean, Bitcoin, if it does not hold, which we see that we have grabbed this liquidity from here and we're going to probably go lower. Okay, so as I said, this looks bearish short term, but if we get a little bit of support from lower, it depends on where. I'm gonna still update you guys, so make sure to subscribe so you do not miss that. But if we get support around this area, we could still go and make even new all-time high. But as I said, we're gonna eventually start crashing from this. This red line is a no-no zone for me. So after it gets to that level, I'm gonna probably completely get out. We've been talking to our members, and I've been honestly, I have stopped giving them new coins to buy because I am expecting a huge crash for Bitcoin, even or correction that a lot of people do not like to hear about. But this is what I'm seeing from the chart, and I see myself as a person that who needs to warn you guys. But for now, this is ascending triangle looks kind of bearish, and if it does not hold, as I said, we're gonna probably go back down to $58,000 to grab another liquidity that has been waiting. We have not been going even lower than 59,500 ish. The last time for in MEXC exchange, we had this drop almost to 59,000, 900,000 dollars. But since then, we have not even made new lower low. But as I said, if it does not hold above this area, we're gonna probably go back down to retest 58, $57,000. So these are the bullish and bearish scenarios for Bitcoin. Comment down below what you think, and make sure to like and subscribe. Please like the video right now and support the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.